war/nuclear fallout. Okay, now we'll talk about alien invasion. This is probably... Oh, actually, did we joke about that Will Smith has a movie in each one of these apocalypse?
I think so. I think he does.
All right, so first we'll start with the movie. So, first movie, speaking of Will Smith, Independence Day.
Welcome to Earth.
They're making a second one, but he's not in it.
He's not in it now.
See, I remember seeing Independence Day on Independence Day at Boulder Station. And I remember...
Like when that first came out,
when
or was
it first,
it like a
first came out.
okay.
Yeah, no. And did they re-release that? Was
No,
it that
that's what I was asking. I don't know.
Maybe they
did
did
a special thing.
I think they did it in 3D later on. Maybe,
Okay.
I don't know. But I remember being freaked out when they blew up the White House. Like,
Really?
Yeah, because it looks super... I mean, that was like one of the first times where it looked
the effects
real.
were like, holy crap.
It
Yeah.
looks horrible now, though.
Yeah, of course now.
You see
I
the,
still
like,
think it holds together. I
the
mean, I think it's a practical effect. They just built a little
flyboard.
model and blew it up for real. So.
Yeah, but it looked super real. I
Yeah.
remember I was like, holy moly. Like, I thought they really... Because I don't remember how old I was, but I really did think they blew
It's
up
like
stuff.
Austin Powers.
Yeah, exactly.
Damage report.
Yeah, exactly. What did you guys think of Independence Day?
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That
can
movie's
watch
so
that
good.
100 million times. It's so awesome.
Yeah,
was-
it's so good.
I liked the alien like the type of alien that they picked for the aliens. I like when he grabs the scientist and talks through him and
Oh,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
It's like an exoskeleton, right?
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah, and then when they show it inside, and it looks like the typical alien with the big oval eyes
Yeah.
and stuff, but it's inside this like bio exoskeleton.
Almost like an armor kind of thing.
It was really cool.
So cool.
Well thought out.
And
really
the best part about that whole movie is when they get to they hijack an alien UFO and get to drive it. Like, that is like, if aliens do
Implanted
come...
computer virus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jeff Goldblum. Man, what happened to that guy?
good. What did happen to that guy?
He was in a bunch of big movies, Jurassic Park, Independence Day, and now he's just
Fly,
doing rent
Tim and
commercials.
Eric stuff, and yeah.
No, he does like commercials for like some like rental.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or it's like condos.com.
Apartments, I think.
You gotta give them a cold.
I love it. All right. Next one, Mars Attacks. Okay, I'm going to be...
This movie.
I didn't like this movie.
I didn't like this movie. either.
What? I love that movie.
I think it's supposed to be bad, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of the thing.
And that's the-
all these stars and stuff.
It's so corny, but it has everybody in it.
It does have
and
everyone.
it is so
It's been a while
awesome.
since I've seen it, so maybe I'll watch it again.
Tim Burton directed
while
it, I
drunk or
believe.
something.
I think Wayne Newton's
Yeah,
like one of the only people that live at
Yeah.
the end, right?
Yeah.
It's like Wayne Newton.
Don Cachet, buddy.
Yeah, it was another one that took place a lot in Vegas. Which
Yeah,
was
definitely cool in Vegas, yeah.
I liked it. Yeah, just them running around. Like, I remember my favorite part of the movie is they're like, we have a machine that can translate for them, and the alien has the machine, and he's running around shooting at people, and the machine's going, we're not gonna hurt you, we're not gonna hurt you, and he's just shooting everybody he can. It's just so funny.
Yeah, I
loved it.
love their version of the alien, though. It's like that 1950s Americana alien with the giant two globes, and it's got the big eyes and the
Giant
glass.
brain.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like, that part was always a fun movie, but I remember as a kid, I think it was pretty close to kind of these Independence Day, so it felt like too cheesy. And I think I didn't appreciate it as a kid because I was like, oh, well, I've seen like real aliens, which, not real, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I watched this. But I did appreciate that, like, everybody's in that movie, like, literally. I think, like, 40, 50, and some people have, like, a 2-second, like,
And I
cameo.
wonder why that was. I mean, maybe it's just, gotta get a paycheck or something. I don't know.
No,
I think they do it for free.
I think it's for fun. I mean, I think it was pitched that way. Like, we're
All
gonna
these
do
stars.
a really funny. Like, I mean, look at it's way better than like the scary movies. Again, that are supposed to be campy and stupid, but they're
that's true.
funny. I mean, it's a way better version of that kind of humor. So I don't know. I thought Mars Attacks was great. I like the way they died at the end. It was that horrible music. They just blast that horrible music.
Yeah, like, all their heads explode, right?
It was like his grandma's music or something that he played for him all the time.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it had a good story too, because like it was like the kid that no one cared about that was like the hero at the end.
Course.
I don't know. It was. I thought it was.
I gotta watch it again.
A really good story.
Yeah, it's direct. I think like I said,
Tim Burton.
It's Tim Burton, which is awesome. I love that Tim Burton does such weird stuff.
It's Tim Burton.
right. When you think of Tim,
It would if he did a normal movie, that would be weird. But it's just
Big Fish.
Tim Burton.
It's like a normal movie.
No, it's not.
Okay. All right, let's move on to a video game that has alien invasion, Mass Effect. Did you guys like Mass Effect?
So I love those games.
Okay, so
The
here...
Reapers.
Assuming control. Okay, real quick. My favorite of the three, second one. Right? Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
That's the one where...
I mean, third was really good as long as you don't count the ending. But
yeah, but see... Okay, the game's ending was bad. I don't think anybody's gonna...
Did you ever play like when they like we redid the ending, guys? Come back and play our game.
It was too bad. It was
Yeah,
too
I catched
late.
up by then.
But that doesn't doesn't damage the fact that I enjoyed like 98% of that game, and I didn't like the last 2%. That's fine. I always appreciated that Seth Green was the Joker, or was Joker.
Oh,
it's
the pilot, right?
Yeah, it's just so weird to hear Seth Green as like on a video. I don't know. It's just weird.
He does a lot of voice acting.
I know he does, but it's just weird. It's like I hear Chris from Family Guy. Yeah, exactly. As the captain of this starship.
Well, yeah, but I think those are the only games where I cared about the characters. Like everyone's got to live through the suicide mission. Everybody's got to live.
Yeah, it was hard.
And I was devastated. I'm like, I got to reload a save.
Didn't you have to make choices where certain people were going to die?
Yeah, you had to pick one or the other. Yeah.
And was that in the third one?
The third one, I remember. It was
I think two had that too, right?
Yeah, it was like the Krogans versus like the Solarians, and like you had to release the disease that killed off the Krogans, or you had to kill off the guy that was about to release it. You had to make a decision. So, and you had, of course, a Krogan on your team and a Solarian. I don't remember if he's called a Solarian, but it's like
I think Solarian. Yeah.
Yeah. See, details guy. Ding. I'm gonna do that every time we need it. No. But yeah, I did like that. And there are times in that game where it's just like the music, everything is just really, really emotional. But I always liked the gameplay. The gameplay was great in that game. I didn't like the first one, and I think most people complain about it, the little Mako, the little truck that you drive around. It was pretty terrible.
Like the little tank thing?
Yeah, they're bringing that back for the new one, which is called Andromeda.
They brought it back for 3, didn't they?
I don't think so.
Do you guys like the hard choices? The gray?
I do.
When they go into it so deep that it's like there's no right answer. There's just like 2 options. I don't really.
Well, I mean, I hate to bring it back to Fallout because we passed it, but Fallout has that a lot of things too. A lot of those RPGs have those, and you develop these characters with you for so long, and then when you're at the point where you have to kill one of them, of course, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
I know. I just like
he's talking about.
I like my bubble. I think I've talked about my
guy,
bubble of
there's
happiness.
There's a good guy decision and there's a bad guy decision. Yeah,
and it's like, and then when you get to these gray decisions, I'm like, man, don't put me in this spot. I don't want to make that decision. Like, I want everybody to get along.
It just makes it that more impactful, I guess.
I haven't finished The Witcher 3, but there are times in The Witcher where like both decisions are bad. Yeah. Like there's no like both suck and you have to pick one. And you're right. When you play these characters, especially with Mass Effect, where it was over the course of 3 games, and
hours and hours and hours, you're like, oh, well, you got to kill one of your teammates. So.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Plus, he's wearing that armor you just bought. It's like, hey, bro,
can we trade first before I
hold the phone? That is a quality gun that guy has. I am not gonna kill that guy.
You're crying over his dead body while you loot him. You're like,
I can sell this for a lot.
All right, so that was Mass Effect. I think I'm excited for the new one. I hope that they actually want them
called. I forgot.
I think it's Andromeda.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I
think it's one of the galaxies that's next to the Milky Way.
That's Andromeda.
Okay, well there we go. That's how I remember it. Ding.
Did you ever see a Andromeda strain? Well, we should probably bring that up later. But
okay, well, all right. So Mass Effect. I'm hoping that the new one, the 4th one that's coming out, really doesn't deal with Shepard. It seems like it is. I think they released something on November 7th, N7 Day, but I don't want it to be. I want it to be in the universe, and I want it to be new characters and start over because I like the idea that this was the story of Shepard, and that's it.
I think it'll still be Shepard, but the first 3 games were their story. That was a trilogy, and even if they have Shepard, it's gonna be its own kind of, not a reboot, but a continuation of the story, but not part of that trilogy.
Yeah, I mean, you have Link every time in his Zelda game, but you're not like,
it resets the story.
Link he already went through this. Why does he have to go through it again?
Yeah, it's not the same Link.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know. All right, moving on. Next disaster.